Hello! Welcome back to the adventures of Aventus. Here, in the order of songs, the continuous, calming tone that seems to suffuse the very air with druidic magic has taken on a melancholy undertone. Sindari and Ferendi Fireleaf have informed the adventurers of their missing family members with tearful remembrance. The notes of Chala Fireleaf left wiser in amazement with the mention of an ancient angel named Guardo, leading the lost druids into the Whitehorn Forest. The same morning, the elven singer Dakin of the Order of Songs arrived to oust the curse breakers from the druidic grove. With his dramatic announcement that you are not to be trusted with so much going on, you are left this morning to prepare your bags and bridle for another walk. And I'm gonna get some music started. To really set the tone. Sindari and Ferendi are currently looking a little bit shocked that one of their elders just came into their home and so flagrantly dismissed their guests. They definitely look a little upset, have some red to their cheeks, a bit flushed, embarrassed. And Sindari looks to you, Eos. She says, I'm so sorry, she says in Sylvan. I didn't expect that we wouldn't have so much time. I was going to talk to them this morning. Maybe I should have gone last night. I apologize.
I don't think the timing would have changed much. Something's clearly not right now, and they're on alert. It's also, elders tend to protect their areas quite fiercely, so it's not an entire surprise. It's just a little frustrating, is all.
I suppose, but I don't normally have this strong of a reaction. I told you that I'd get you a meeting with the rest of the singers, and I can still try to do that if you like. I don't know if you should just leave immediately or what you feel like you would like to do now.
I feel like pushing to meet the rest would only cause more uppress, so perhaps we'll hold off on it for a while. Maybe another time they'll be more at ease.
Her brother Ferendi speaks up, also in Sylvan. Says, yes, we probably shouldn't go against the elders' wishes. Probably just breed more discontent.
That's the last thing I'd want right now. There are other things we can focus our attention on. I would hope, at least. It is unfortunate and it is frustrating, but what more can we do? If we go against your elders, they'll just push for our removal faster.
Perhaps I can try to talk to them while you're gone. You make your way back here. Hopefully they'll be in a better mood. Again, so sorry. But,
No, don't apologize for this. There's nothing to be sorry for. It's just bad timing. Another opportunity will arrive, I'm sure.
Verendi, can you go into town and try to pick up some supplies to send with them for their journey? Says, oh, yep, of course, sister. I'll be back soon. Turns around and goes back into town. You guys are sitting here in the Fireleaf estate this morning, getting ready for your next journey. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Feel free to tell me what you would like to do next. I'll bring up a map.
I think, Runai has had his bit of reservations with, proceeding with this for his own, personal reasons. But as he's warming up to it and knowing, hey, this is what we're gonna do, he's going to approach Ferendi. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna approach her and ask her.
Sindari is the sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sindari. Okay, yeah. He wants to kind of get more on that same page and let his own reasons down. So he would like to see if she'd be willing to do the gaze of two minds, so he can see and feel, maybe some of her emotions. Like, would that work? Or is that through, like if she shares,
gaze of
yeah,
two
because
minds.
if she can share like her memories and feelings, then he'll be able to feel that and be more personally drawn to do it, I guess. I mean, he's gonna do it regardless, but
Oh wow.
he realizes he
So
hasn't been.
this is a special usage case of the gaze of two minds. I really like the idea though. It's not normally a psychic ability to where you'd be able to detect thoughts or things that are specifically of that nature, but it's close enough to where I'll allow you to make a arcane check to see if you can use this in the way that you're willing to try to connect with Sindari. But first, you're talking to Sindari into this, and this is not a way of nature necessarily. This is going to be something a little bit stranger. It's going to be a DC 15 persuasion check to try to get her to allow you to do this.
Okay, so persuasion first, and if I get that, then
An
Arcana.
arcane. Yes.
Okay.
I really want you to be able to do it, but at
21.
the same time, 21.
Yes.
Sindari says to you in sort of her broken common way, I appreciate that you like to understand better. I'll allow you to perform your strange magic on me. What do I do? Just open my mind?
I appreciate that. If we may connect, just give me your hands and we can connect through that way, which is a bit more personal, I would say.
She's a little bit shorter than you, but not by more than a couple of inches. You guys hold paw to hand nearby the fireplace.
Okay, and I got a 12 for that connection.
12 for the connection. Okay. So on a 12 Arcana check, you perceive through her senses. You see her looking at you. So you're kind of like looking into a mirror. She's looking at you, but it's strange because unlike a mirror's reflection, it's no longer flipped. So that way your hair parts and the way your eyes set just feels a little off at first, and then you realize, oh, yeah, it's not flipped. You feel your own paws through her hands. It's a very discombobulating sense for a moment. As far as the emotional undertones that you're feeling from her, you're just feeling what she's currently feeling. Just a little bit of unease, trepidation. Unfortunately, that roll wasn't high enough to really dig much deeper into what she's feeling. So it's not going to be able to alleviate Runai's inner conflict this way. That's too bad. She,
Okay, well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, he's not gonna allude to that, of what, that it didn't have the connection he was hoping it would. So he's just gonna, just after the moment has passed, I thank you for being receptive to me.
She nods. She has sort of a half frown on her face. She says, I'm sorry if I didn't do it right. Um, like I said
Yeah.
before, I know that you have something to do for your own family and your own sake. Don't squander your own responsibilities just to go after what might be a lost hope.
Well, your family is just as important to you as mine is to me. I understand, and I truly would want help if it were me in your position. So I understand, and I am willing to indulge my time in perhaps finding answers for you and figuring this out, as well as for my dear friend Eos.
You would have noticed looking out from her eyes that they're still somewhat blurry from this morning's tears, and they're still tearing up. And as you're proclaiming this to her, she has another tear gather at the corner of her eyes, and she lets them fall. She reaches out to hug you.
He awkwardly hugs back. He's not used to hugs and stuff.
She kind of pats your arm, just like, oh, you're so thin.
Yes, my fur makes me look fluffier than I truly am.
She smiles. Is there anything else you guys would like to do as you're getting everything together? At some point, Ferendi's going to bring some supplies back and fill that bag of colding up with a full 30 rations. So it'll feed the 4 of you guys for quite a while.
Penny being, is going to stay silent for most of the morning, especially during that whole interaction with Runai, but she is eventually going to pull Serendi aside. And she is going to...
Sindari or Ferendi?
Sindari.
Okay.
Sindari, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I meant Sindari.
NPCs.
It's the name. It's the naming convention, and I'm still tired. Like I knew who I was talking about in my head.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I did the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you pull her aside.
Can
She's the one who's been talking to you and Sylvan. She feels more comfortable with you and Eos than the others, for the most part.
And hey, look, I know we're doing you this favor, and I was wondering, would you be able to do a favor for me specifically in return? It's simple. It requires no effort, or at least not too much on your part.
If there's something I can do for you, yes. Let me know.
I kind of had some of my party members make an impulse purchase for me. It's the pony outside. Her name's Stardust. And I thought about where we're going. I've been there before. I've traveled through there, and I don't want anything to happen to her. And I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind taking care of her while we handle this. It'll give you something to keep your mind off of. This whole situation.
I love that pony. Sorry I didn't get around to talking to you about her, but she is beautiful. Of course we would love to have her.
I'm glad. Yeah, she's real precious to me. She, of course, got me all the way here. But I don't want anything bad to happen to her where we're going. So, kind of looks down and like a little bit dejected and ashamed of herself. Kind of like lost in thought.
Well, hopefully she'll get along with the rest of the horses. We don't have any ponies quite her size, but it'd be a lovely addition.
Absolutely. And you don't have to worry about food. She does come with her own feed. We did buy that in Crane as well.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that here. Got hundreds, if not thousands, of acres around that they graze on constantly. Probably didn't see them the other
yeah, I
day.
forgot.
They go out quite far. They always come home.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. Droid circle and all that.
Yeah, yes. Be careful.
I appreciate it.
Be careful on your journey outwards not to trample any of the whistle feeds. Or
I'll make sure I keep note of that.
yeah, they're this
Oh.
sort of circular looking weed that grows, and it's where a lot of that whistling low notes come from. It's just the wind blowing through those very magical
Is there anything-
weeds.
Is there anything particularly worrisome about them?
No, just appreciate it if you wouldn't trample them, if you can prevent from doing so. We believe that the music that they produce has a natural protection or a protective aura to it.
I understand that. I've always thought there was power in sound and, myself. That's why I'm a performer.
You are.
Yeah, and I'm a dancer, do a little bit of acrobatics here and there. Put on a magical light show too sometimes. It's fun.
I would look forward to being able to see that at some point. I don't know if I'm much in the mood right now, but hopefully we'll see each other again. Maybe you could even see Stardust.
No, we will eventually. And besides, I don't think your leader much likes us very much. Sounds like he has a stick in his craw, but don't tell him I said that.
He's one of the eldest of the singers, and he's seen a lot. I have great respect for him, even though what he did was... Yes, I
It was rude.
apologize.
You can call it what it is.
Yes, it was rude. Indeed.
I take no offense to it, though, Sugar. I'm a goblin. I'm kind of used to it.
Well, I'm glad I've gotten to talk to your other companions for a little bit. The Curse Breakers? Is there a reason you guys are called that?
Kennybean just kind of looks like over at Sal and just kind of like does the why gesture, and then is like, I guess because we break curses, whether they're magical or not.
That's commendable. And a little bit. Well, I don't want to say headstrong. Curses are terrible things to be under and to go seeking them. Yeah, well, I guess it's lucky for me. Maybe you'll be able to do something about my mom and dad. Brother.
Kennybean's gonna walk up and just kind of, she's gonna hesitate for a minute, but just place a hand gently on her shoulder, and kind of lean in close enough and whisper, we're gonna find them. No matter what, we're gonna find them. It's the least I can do. It's the least I can do for you watching Stardust for me.
She goes ahead and reaches out and gives you a hug as well.
Kennybean will gladly return the hug.
There's so many short people here.
Great, I love it.
Yeah, it's like the perfect size house for everybody but Sal and Eos, which you guys, make do. Like I said, the furniture is well sized even for those halfling inhabitants, so you're able to use like all the seating and stuff. Of course, this is just a backdrop in Tailspire. It's not a one-to-one thing. Most of this should be happening in your head. Same thing with the character models and everything. This is just to give you, some fuel for your imagination. But yeah, it's no secret that this place is probably drawing a lot of inspiration from a certain place we know as what is it called again? Let's see if you guys know where I'm going with this.
Gotham City.
Gotham City, that's it. Yes, a lot of inspiration from Gotham City.
I knew it.
Definitely not the Shire from Lord of the Rings or anything like that.
That was going to be my second guess.
Okay.
After Gotham.
We're gonna have to go to Gotham next time. All right. So with that, it starts to come to a close. That you guys are making your way out, probably towards 11 o'clock or so in the afternoon. Is there anything else you want to do before departing this place?
Beano's going to say goodbye to Stardust.
Okay.
And kind of pet her with Ferendi before leaving. Or not Ferendi,
Sindari. Gotcha.
Thundari. Every time.
They sound similar. And I think I messed it up too. Last game for a split second. Yeah, they've got, I mean, don't even get me started on the names of the rest of their family. Okay, it's a lot. With that, you guys make your way back out of the village. You're seeing a lot of those animals again, and I think it's dawning on you that a lot of them really, truly are just animals. There's probably not a whole lot of reasons for druids to stay in their animal form around their home, like just on a day-to-day basis. Druids are people, intelligent, usually humanoid creatures, and most of our tasks require thumbs, so they kind of don't they don't just hang out in druid form very often, nor are they able to all switch to wild shape. You have to be a very advanced druid to be able to do that, and then it's only for like a certain amount of time. Maybe this doesn't dawn on you immediately. Maybe you talk to Eos about it for a while and she starts to explain that, and you start to feel a little bit more at ease with seeing all the pigs and goats and bush babies and even the strange otter here and there splashing about in a creek. And
even with all that said, I'm still gonna look at animals maybe a second or two longer and have to wonder this way too long. I'm never gonna look at animals the same again.
Yeah, once
It did leave an impression.
once the thoughts in your head, it's hard to shake out. But anyway, there's plenty more to be worried about and to be concerned over in the future. Maybe that will leave your mind soon. So from the order of songs, there are a few different ways you can go, but of course you guys have to talk to each other about what your next steps are. If your goal is to pursue the missing people, there are multiple ways to go about it. You could just go to the forest and hope for the best, try to find a trail that way, or you could try to go from the source and find the trail leading up the Siren Coast from the steel pits, or you can even go as far back as Farcrest Prison and try to find the place that they originally started out at. Each decision that you decide to make will make finding the trail to where they're going more and more easy. If you go straight to the woods, it's probably the hardest to find a trail, because there's a very large amount of woods that go on for hundreds of miles, and just finding where you need to be by happenstance is not going to be very easy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the steel pits is where a lot of things what happened. And it's the closest. So maybe my suggestion is the steel pits for now. Unless anybody listened a little bit closer.
Didn't she say they started at Farcrest Prison, though? Wherever that is.
Yeah. I'll give it to you. She said that the original thing that had got the druid's attention was that the prisoners on a work detail to the steel pits went missing, and their mules were found up in the Whitehorn Forest, quite far off mark. So
Okay, so where does the steel pits play into that again?
it is a place of labor for the prisoners. Is more than that, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like
Okay.
it didn't happen at the prison.
No, but
Possibly along the way to the steel pits. So it could be a trip
yeah,
we could make there.
yeah. I'm just curious about what, what the prison warden or whatever, who's their thoughts on it and what they know. That's my curiosity, but I go with wherever y'all go. I'm not picky.
I mean, I will say I am in no rush whatsoever. So if no one else is, and I look at Runai, you seemed a little in a rush last night. So I do not
Well-
push us too long.
Well, I don't believe that if we're not thorough, then it may take longer in the end if we try to rush through. So I think it may be beneficial in the long run if we just start from the very beginning, if we want to accumulate all the knowledge and direction that may lead us to where we're heading sooner. It may be a further trek, but it could be more beneficial for getting on the right path later instead of scrambling around.
What's the time that we're looking at between the places? Getting to Farcrest, getting to Steel Pits.
Okay, it is a very long way to Farcrest Prison. It's all the way around the Cloudwalk Mountains. You see, it took you to get from Crane to the Order of Songs about 2 days. So from here to here would probably also be about 2 days. But you know what? As far as game time is concerned, we can speed up the process of travel so that we will just be at Farcrest Prison next scene, if you like. I'm not going to be putting a whole lot of random encounters in here. This is going to be a little bit more like to the script somewhat, since you guys decided to pursue this.
I don't know. What are your thoughts, Eos? Just gonna kind of speak to her and Sylvan, look over at her.
Well, I was going to keep quiet about it, but I was feeling like maybe causing a stink.
Oh.
The prison it is?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Okay, well, I'm interested to see what that's going to be. But let's go ahead and put it like this. For the 2 days of travel to Farcrest Prison, who's keeping track of the rations?
Right now, we still had 30.
Yeah, right.
And a wheel of cheese.
And a
And
wheel of cheese. Okay.
Yes,
Didn't-
I have
forget
kept track
that.
of that too.
And Ferendi topped us off, right?
Yes, yeah, you guys should start off with full. After, 2 days, then that would be, 8 rations that come out of it. but it wouldn't be a full 2 days. You would get to Farcrest Prison probably the next night or so.
Get some prison food.
Yeah, maybe. When you
We'll see
get,
how nice they are.
see if I've got
Yeah.
the board still.
Give me that prison gruel.
Yo,
Rune, I don't care. He'll eat whatever.
Does anybody have a vignette or anything they'd like to do on that first night of sleep? If not, then we'll just move along. Okay,
No, not here. Yeah.
we'll just move along then. The first night goes by fairly quickly. Of course, you're making your way through endless fields of grasses and things like you had seen up to the Order of Songs, but it just literally goes on forever. It seems like you go on all day into the night and late into the night, and it's just hills of endless grasses with just a very spare tree every like 2 miles. You'll see 2 or 3 trees. There's not anything out here in these plains. It's kind of calming. After you get a certain amount of distance from the Order of Songs, that tone that plays and the bells that chime from their doorsteps dissipates, and you're just left with the calming sound of the wind and the rustling of the grasses around you. When night comes, it is truly pitch black, and you guys set up a makeshift camp. The trail here that you're following is about a 4-foot wide dirt path that looks like it's been like tilled up maybe sometime in the last 8 or 9 months, and there is some growth on the trail that you're walking, but it's not a whole lot to speak of, and it looks like it may have been trampled somewhat recently as well, probably by the last people who walked this road, the Fireleafs and the other druids as well. First night goes by without a hitch, and you guys continue on towards the Siren Coast and a place called Farcrest Prison, which you guys don't know much of. Well, I'll allow a history check for you guys to know anything about this prison before you get there. If you guys all want to take a check, go for it. I'm looking for a 20.
we can try it.
Oh, I got a 5.
I got an 11.
Okay.
$18.
Okay.
That's an 18 for me as well.
Okay. It is a prison. You guys don't know much more than that. As you're traveling the next day, of course, the grasslands start to get more and more sparse and start to turn more into sand. The weather is getting a little bit drier, a little bit hotter, but eventually, off in the distance, as it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, just a couple of hours from darkness, you would see off in the distance the mountains of the Cloudwalk Mountains, and they're a sight to behold for certain. Of course, some of you already passed these on your way to Crane, and probably from Crane at some point, so you're used to seeing them as sort of a landmark. And from your map, you would know that you're probably getting close to where Farcrest Prison is. And by nightfall, you would see the silhouette of a tall, fortress-like building. looks like a castle that was built at some point. You're not exactly sure why this prestigious and prominent looking building is built way out here, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. And since none of you have any history of the place, walking up to this place, especially at night, might feel a little bit nerve-wracking.
Me being kind of shudders, just remembering her times in a holding cell in Crane.
Oh, I want to hear that story at some point. That sounds good.
Grief, it's huge. There can't be that many criminals out here, right? I mean, did they move everybody out here?
It could be transferred, Sal. Like moved here from different parts of the world. Something
Yeah,
tells
but
me
don't-
there's a lot of dangerous folks in this place.
Don't we just hang most of them? I mean, that's the better choice. depending
I
on
mean,
what's going.
don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time.
Being gestures to Brunei and it's just like that, Sal.
Actually, Brunei, can you re-roll your history check? It's with advantage for this place.
Okay. What was my... So do it again. I got an 8.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so not again.
Somehow this this bit of knowledge has slipped through your education.
Mm-hmm.
There is very
Well,
Yes.
hold on. Could I do guidance on myself? Or is that pass?
even +4. That's not gonna. It's not gonna help.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, what did I get the first time? Oh my god, yeah,
Like
no.
5.
Yeah, never mind. Just kidding.
The first time.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's fine. I would love to tell you guys about this place, but maybe it's better that it remains mysterious.
Mhm.
You go up to what is obviously a gatehouse in front of the place, and it's well lit. There's no guards posted out front. It's a couple of large doors. You see a strange like crest, what might be a falcon, like above the front doorway. What do you guys do?
We knock or I've never been here. I don't like prisons. I've been to them before. They're dusty and ugh.
Yes,
No.
I'm familiar within the fortress. There's dungeons there, and I was held there for a while myself before changes.
You know, I thought at first, getting here, we could ask questions. After arriving, this is not a place that looks like it's just gonna start telling us things. Random travelers that walk up and say, "Hey, what happened?"
Well, we could tell them. Okay, we could come up with a story, perhaps. I mean, not lying, but tell them we're investigators, investigating a disappearance that has ties to here.
Oh, by the gods, we're gonna get arrested, aren't we?
Probably.
No, we're helpful. We're offering a helping hand. They
The,
might want their prisoners back.
The doors open, and a person looks out. They're not wearing armor or anything, but he does have like a mace that he's carrying like at his side. He's got it in hand. He looks out. Not armored, not helmeted. He looks like a middle-aged human. He's got somewhat of a balding head, even though the hair on the sides is cut short and is kind of refined. It looks like he takes care of himself. But he looks out, he says, who goes there? Hello?
Why, yes. We are here to speak with your warden involving a disappearance that has originated here, and we're looking into it. So we would like to speak to the person in charge here.
He kind of looks over the party, looks at you, Runai. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And if you want to give her guidance or something, you can do that too.
Okay.
I'm
so
looking
that'd be
for a
plus
10 or
4.
above.
Okay, so I'll do guidance on myself for that. That's a plus 4, right? So.
Well, it's a D4.
Okay.
It's not just
So should I
four, yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me re-roll that then.
Dang, you need to start rolling better.
I know.
Told you, that roller.
Oh, 23. Okay, the re-roll was better.
Okay. He looks over. It's like, more investigators after the lost prisoners, I suppose.
That is correct.
Very well. You come in here for now. You guys make your way into the guardhouse. It looks like this is sort of like a courtyard here. There's not much going on, though he's allowed you in the walls. There's a couple of benches nearby. And you guys kind of go and sit after he gestures towards them. Or maybe you don't sit, maybe just stand near them. And he says, I'll see if I can get Lily home to come down here and talk with you all. It's gonna take me a few minutes to get all the way up there. It's a long walk. So be patient, okay?
Yeah, take your time. We're not going anywhere.
He turns and goes up the
Which I would like
stairs
to.
and goes into the prison. You're looking around, there's no guards here. Looks like he was the only one in the gatehouse.
It's rather empty, is it not?
Yeah, you see some chests and boxes nearby. Looks like there's a table with some paperwork on it and some various like utensils, like a quill and ink pot, though the ink pot looks like it's dry. And there's nothing on what parchments are rolled up nearby. You're
Can
looking
I-
around.
Can I nonchalantly walk over to where the papers are and just not rummage through them, but take a glance at what they might say?
Yeah, at the top it says visitors, and it's like got a line under it, and there are a few names that have been scrawled there probably a while back. This page looks like it's been the ink is well dried on it. It is listing some of the other people that had come here. You can see the names Chala on there most recently, along with some of the other names that you presume are druids that had come from the Order of Songs.
Okay.
Remember,
He's
this
gonna
only happened about 2 weeks ago that they had showed up.
Yeah. He's gonna take out his own little notebook and copy the names down so he doesn't forget them.
Okay. And you do that. About 15 minutes go by. You guys might be eyeing this contraption over here for a little bit. You look at the bottom. It looks like it's clean. Doesn't look like there's any bones or anything in it.
Very luxury vacation home here.
I'd say so.
Nibian just kind of rolls her eye and goes off to a corner. Oh, she waits.
15 minutes turns into 20 minutes.
Sal has a curiosity. Is the thing over there locked?
Which thing?
the thing that we were just looking at, the big
The gibbet?
yeah. Is it locked?
No, it doesn't look like it's locked.
Oh, it's not locked. Okay.
There is a built-in lock on the cage door that would have a key to it. But it is currently ajar.
If he shuts it, would it lock?
Yeah, I don't think it would. No,
No. Okay.
no, it's a manually engaged lock. You would have to have the key to lock it, or some thieves' tools.
Yeah, that's what he was considering.
What are you considering?
Well, I was thinking if it was locked, he was gonna try and pick it and just
Oh.
just test his skills. But
No,
if
but
it's unlocked, he probably won't. He'll probably just fiddle with the door a little bit.
you could try to
making
lock it if you
obnoxious-
want to test your skills in reverse.
Nah, he'd probably just after like a certain amount of time, he'd just kind of start swinging the door, making
Okay.
it very obnoxious squeaks with
Yeah,
it.
it makes a very loud sound, and then it's annoying. Especially since the whole gibbet itself starts to kind of wobble back and forth and make its own squeaking noise as well. 20 minutes turns into 25 minutes. Eventually, the doors open, and out comes the guard. You're not really sure what his name is. The bald head. He's about 5'8", not extremely tall, but not short. Walks out with a very well-dressed, gentlemanly-looking man with a, you're pretty sure is a wig on his head, but you're not 100% positive. The hair looks very finely black and like rolled up into sort of curls on the side, and he walks down. He's a thin, what looks like elf. You're not sure what age he would be. Looks indeterminate. He looks towards you all. You're kind of spread around the courtyard. You bring yourselves to bear in front of him. He looks out. He says, "Is there something I can do to help? I hear that you're here looking for our lost prisoners, I presume, or perhaps the others that went to look for them."
That is correct. We are trying to get a lead on what direction to take and a little bit more information on what has happened as we are pursuing, perhaps finding them.
Well, I could show you the path that they normally take to get to the steel pits. We've actually suspended our work at the steel pits for now, at least until this matter is resolved. We don't want to be losing any more of our guests.
That would be most unfortunate. Yes, that is what we are trying to prevent as well, and perhaps just finding them and figuring out what has happened and perhaps stopping the source of what has befallen.
The guard kind of looks out. He says, "One of the ones that went missing was my brother. He's a little bit younger than me, and really appreciate it if you could find him." He just sort of nods. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of emotion in his face.
Brunei pulls out his little notebook again and, could you give me his name?
Barrow is his name.
Scrawls it down.
I appreciate that we're
Yes,
getting
and if-
investigators out here. Is there someone you work for? This is still the guard speaking. Lilyholm's just watching at this point.
Yes. Well, we have been I guess you could say employed by someone, requested to look into this matter. I don't believe it's too relevant, really, unless my companions think so on revealing who they are. But if you could also give us the other names as well. I mean, we have some names already, but we just would like to be as thorough as possible.
It doesn't look like they're going to bar what they can do to help with this, so they're going to give you the
Mhm.
names. They're
Okay.
going to show you the path that they normally take towards the steel pits and get you started on that.
Okay.
DM, what was the name of this guy again? 'Cause I keep hearing, but I don't think I hear.
Lilyhome is the name of the warden.
Oh, it is Lily Home.
Yes.
Okay.
Lilyhome. At some point, Lilyhome looks to the group. He says, "We take great pride in the well care of our guests here. I would appreciate you returning them in as little wear and tear as possible, if they do still indeed live. But I would warn you, you should most likely keep them bound. They may not want to return on their own. As you
Understandable.
might understand, yes. And if his brother, Barrow, and the other aren't able to help you, just keep your wits about you."
Might I inquire, um, was there anyone amongst the grouping that managed to not disappear or get captured, perhaps? Is there any one of your guests who may have any knowledge of anything? Anything at all helps, really.
I apologize. The day that they had set out to go to the steel pits, it was a simple task. They were supposed to go and retrieve some of the tools. They weren't even supposed to stay and work the whole day or anything like that. They just needed some hands to help load the wagon and the mules, of course. There's nobody that saw what happened to them.
All right.
I have to ask you. You want us to return the prisoners too? I have to ask if that's the case. How bad are these prisoners? Are they like bad people, or did they just steal a gold or two?
I was gonna ask the
Yes,
same question.
Well, to be honest, not a whole lot of people understand what we do here at Farcrest. There are people that are here against their will, technically speaking. Not all of them are prisoners, necessarily. As people would put it, most of them are prisoners of their own mind. We have a new sort of concept that we're working to achieve here in the last couple hundred years, I would say. My family's been in this business a long time, but we're here to rehabilitate and put them back out into society if at all possible.
Oh, this is a crazy house.
A crazy house is unkind, sir. People are disturbed, maybe not by the same things that disturb most of us, but either
Look,
way.
you can say it how you want to. I'm not on the payroll here. But at least now we know what we're looking for, and I won't have to consider just leaving them out there. At least knowing they're not gonna stab me in the back.
Well, it was mentioned that some of them may need to have some restraints or to be bound, would you mind providing us with the types that you would prefer used upon them? We may not have exactly the equipment for that at the moment.
I understand. Yes, we could provide you some restraints. Some of them, most of them, simple shackles will do, but there is one I'm particularly worried about. He may be very stressed, and if he is not contained, he could be a problem. We have specially designed jackets for people to keep from harming themselves or others. I'll provide you with one of those as well.
Most obliged.
Oh no, hold up now. That sounds like the important part. What is this person, and what can they do?
He is actually one of the sons of a noble house. Don't want to speak which noble house, but we've been given quite a large sum to keep him here and to rehabilitate him. He was supposed to be put on the light work details and not overly exerted. So he was put on this one, probably the only one he's been on for weeks. And of course, something has to happen. We're in kind of hot water having to retrieve this person. And he taps twice on one of the names that he wrote amongst all the prisoners that went missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jahargo, or Jargo, with a silent H. Jhargo.
Okay.
Why does it seem like we just keep getting more and more important people in this little list?
Like, do you not recognize the name, sir? Looking at you, Sal.
Is there a last name to it, or is it just the...
No, there's no last name.
Right off the bat? No, quite not.
You could roll a history check if you like.
Nope. That's 8.
Okay. I'm not allowing anybody else to roll this because it might be something only he would have any idea of.
Mm-hmm.
He nods. He says, "That's probably for the best. You keep your conscience clear. Are you requiring any bedding for the night before you head out?"
Is it late right now?
Yes, it's dark outside. It was getting dark when you arrived, and it's fully dark now.
Can we ask what the bedding looks like?
Well, we have some open quarters from the guards that have gone missing, have not filled their positions just yet. Hasn't been very long.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I guess it's better than sleeping out in the dirt.
Yes, I believe so as well. And if you have any food you may provide us, I mean, our trek has been long and our bellies are empty.
Your belly is empty. I'm good, thank you.
Well, I'm always hungry.
Okay. Well, in order to go inside and go to your bedrooms, it is a crazy experience for someone who has never been in here before. You go inside and the entire center of this tower is empty, and it goes up for floor after floor after floor, and you see staircases going around that lead to a lot of different cells. But that's not what kind of gets under your skin, but it is like the subtle laughter and gibbering talk that you hear echoing off the walls. It seems to be coming from innumerable sources throughout the cells.
You know what? I think the dirt is sounding a little bit better right now.
Yeah, Canadian's gonna hang back towards Eos and just, I don't know, as they're casually walking, just kind of taking her hand and just kind of lean into her. I'm a human shield right now, she'll say in Sylvan.
Place is cozy, for a lack of better words.
The guard, balding with the mace, he kind of gets closer to you guys. He says, my name's Jock, by the way, one with the brother Darrow. He's alive. I can feel it in my bones. If he was dead, I would know. Me and him are twins, so we're connected that way, right? He looks at Sal.
Well, I mean, there are crazier things that we can see going on, so who's not to believe that the twin brother can't sense his other brother?
I mean, just because he's been gone for so long doesn't mean that he has to be dead. Maybe he just, got lost. It's possible, right?
That, or perhaps became a prisoner in another sense.
How long have they been gone for?
About 7 months.
Oh, that's longer than the other guy.
Lilyholm doesn't want to talk about it, but yes, the guards have been gone for a very long time. We're understaffed here. Looks around. It's like there's only 2 other people on duty. We've got about 100 prisoners.
Oh, wait a minute, Runai. How do you recall how long ago our other recent event occurred? Like how long ago that was?
Of
The
when...
timelines line up. It's been about a month since you got those times, and at that point it was 6 months. So now it's been 7 months.
Okay.
Keep that eye contact with Runai. You feel like it's coincidental?
I mean,
Thinking that we have another spider ordeal on our hands.
Spider? Jock says.
You wouldn't happen to have spider problems, would you?
Well, there's spiders all over the fucking place up here.
I'm talking about big ones.
Yeah, they're huge, and he like puts his fingers out and shows you about 3 inches across.
I think it's not the spiders. I think it's more along the lines of is there a sickness going around here?
He like chuckles
Crazy
nervously.
House, yes, that's
So, well, other than what we're typically used to up here, no. There's no sniffles or coughs going around. Thank God. There was a cold that spread through a couple years back. It killed off a few important guests.
well, I suppose in these past months since events have happened, is there anything that stands out as strange to you as someone who has been here a while? Anything that, even if it seems insignificant, worth noting?
He kind of scratches his chin. You guys are currently arriving at the rooms. They're not particularly well kept or anything. They look like what you would expect. They're not prison cells, but they're just above prison cells. They've got the bare minimum. They've got a table and chair and very wrapped bed, like a cabinet in the corner. And he seems to be scratching his chin. He kind of like looks up at the ceiling. Says the the day that they went missing, I try to recall. It didn't seem especially important to me at the time. It was only the next day, whenever they hadn't returned, that I really started paying attention. I don't know. I know that I felt very uneasy during the couple of days after they had gone. I knew something bad had happened to Darrow, but I could feel that in my bones too. As twins do, right?
Right.
Affiliate bonds are incredibly strong. They're their own type of magic.
Anyway, I knew something had happened, but I didn't know what. And I kind of freaked out a little bit. I went to the steel pits to check myself. I was the first one. I actually was the one who tracked them all the way down to find the mules as well. It's at this point you see a dark look on his face. Finally, some emotion is peeking through.
Um, mm, Hold on. I need to check something in regards to my sorcerer things.
Okay, go ahead and check that.
Well, another mine, another connection to something else we've already dealt with. I get the feeling this is not coincidental again.
Yeah, the steel pits are mine. They're very rich in iron ore, although much of it's been dug out by now.
So, I am very curious about what this guy is actually thinking, so I'm going to spend all 5 of my sorcerer points and I'm going to cast a 2nd level Detect Thoughts. And that is going to be Subtle Spell. So he won't know what I'm doing.
And are you gonna dig deeper right off the bat?
Yeah. Kidney Bean's curious at this point. He's caught her attention.
All right, let's see. They're gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
This will be fun.
8 plus 1. He fails.
That was lucky.
Yeah. He is thinking about his love for his brother, but also the terror at finding those mules, as mutilated as they were, and he is currently remembering that he, in sort of a haze, like dragged what was left of the mules into a grave he had dug and buried them, and he felt like he was burying his brother. He feels like his brother's dead and is denying it.
Kidney Bean's eye is kind of narrow, but she doesn't say anything, at least not yet.
With that Detect Thoughts, you realize that he is trying to convince himself. Anything else you guys would like to do for the night?
So, pretty much what stood out to him was just the mutilated mules.
And the fact he couldn't find them.
Yeah.
I would like to look for the spiders just in case. Just to cross it out.
All right, with your passive perception, you would notice that there are quite a few spiders around here. There are cobwebs. This place needs a deep cleaning pretty badly. You hadn't seen any as big as what Jock was saying. He's seen them. Actually, many of them don't even reach an inch in diameter. They're just regular spiders.
Mhm.
Just normal little spiders.
You just got some PTSD there?
I admit nothing. Mind your business, Sal.
Uh,
I see.
before Jock leaves, Runai's gonna kind of hesitate, but then ask him, just on another note, I have a personal curiosity. Are there any Skaven that reside here? Any rat people like myself, as far as your guests are concerned?
He immediately shakes his head back and forth. No. He says, I'm sorry to say I haven't seen any of your kind before. You said you're rat folk?
Somewhat. We're related. Skaven. It was a long shot. I was just curious.
Oh, I thought you were tabaxi. Just
Oh,
because
no.
of Sal. I see now. Yeah, you got an elongated snout. And those teeth. Flat.
And then this tail. The tail gives it away the most.
Oh, goodness. Sorry, I'm kind of scared of rats.
Oh, well, you've been fine with me so far. I'm harmless, I promise.
I see. Well, he kind of swallows.
It's not the rats you should be afraid of. It's what you don't see behind you.
He turns around.
Eos is just glaring like, can you stop?
Kidney Bean just rolls her eye.
He says,
rolls her
a
eyes and
joke.
just begins pacing.
Joke, funny. I hope you have as comfortable of a stay as you can. We've already had dinner for the night, unfortunately. So I'll see you in the morning. You know, Lilyhelm kind of walked off once you guys had come inside and had went upstairs quite a ways.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, most of the Farcrest prison kind of dies down, and there's only one or two mutters that echo from faraway places, but it's not enough to keep you up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make a roll here.
Rolling for a prison escape.
A 15% chance of hostile encounter. Ooh, I rolled a 17.
Oh my god.
That was very close. Alright. Yeah, you guys are good and safe for the night. Nothing happens. And get a good night's sleep. Anybody have anything to interject here?
No.
I was gonna say, like, Kidney Bean's gonna pace around for a while, just talking to herself in Goblin, trying to figure out,
You'd sound
what she detected thoughts on.
okay.
Well, can Runai hear her? Because he also speaks Goblin. So he might. Yeah, he might be.
I was hoping
Multi-language here.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I suppose you
It's
would
gonna
hear
be
some things.
I'm gonna be dropping some eaves.
Do you want to elaborate on that, or you just want her to kind of know what you were told, or in the detect thoughts?
Kidney Bean's just gonna be like, what the hell type of creature can mutilate like a whole pack of mules? How did the guy even bury them? That looks more old and decrepit than Bob did back in Crane. Ugh, mutilated mules.
From what you remember from his detect thoughts, you kind of catch glimpses of what he saw. It was 2 mules, and most of the mules were gone. So it's possible he buried that, and the fact that he did it sort of as a gesture of burying his brother isn't lost on you.
Yeah. I feel bad for the poor man. Gotta keep up hope, though.
Oh god.
It's
Speaking of spiders, there's
difficult.
one on my desk. Holy shit. That's a big one.
An IRL spider? Oh god, he's been attacked.
Our DM has the pail now.
God damn it. This is what I get.
No. We have summoned spiders to him.
It has gone into an old mouse box, and I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. What were we talking about?
Okay, so I guess Runai is tuning into what Kidney Bean is speaking out loud in Goblin.
Okay.
So I don't know if he should say something or not, or I guess so. Yeah, he's gonna kind of get up from where he was sitting and approach her and in Goblin just be like, is there something you mayhaps tuned into, my friend, that you would like to get off your own conscience and share if there is a weight to it? I am receptive and I don't mind talking about it with you. Sorry if
Kidney
this
Bean
comes as a
immediately-
surprise.
Yeah, Kidney Bean immediately takes a guarded stance like, you speak Goblin?
I do. I mean, I have a few languages that come as a surprise, I know, but yes, and if you would like to share,
I desperately want to know what your accent sounds like in Goblin.
don't know.
How much did you hear?
Well, I have keen ears. I heard all of the mutterings. I do confess. I didn't wish to insert in private thoughts, but it seems to be of import.
Yeah, I kind of read his mind in a sense. He seemed when he got like really deep in thought. I knew from the moment when Randy and his sister, with what they were describing, I knew something bad was happening, but it's just kind of, I don't know, puts the nail in the coffin in a sense.
Yes. What were your
I don't know,
what was your general feeling overall by peering into this man's mind?
He wasn't lying when he thought something bad was happening, and he's in deep, deep denial.
So he believes truly deep down that his brother may not be alive after all, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, mules that I was talking about, they were mutilated almost beyond recognition, and he felt like in such a haze burying them, almost like burying a memory, I guess.
I see,
Ugh.
I see. Well, there could still be hope yet. If it was only mules he buried and there was no sight of a mangled prisoner or brother or guest, then there might be some hope on the horizon, and I hope that we can bring those who are suffering from this disappearance some closure and clarity and perhaps a miracle.
Kidney
Do you
Bean.
really believe in those, though?
Well, I've seen some things, and I can say that I have a sliver of it, but not the largest.
What are you gonna say?
Kidney Bean. With
Yeah.
the talk of miracles and burials, another memory flits across your consciousness. You feel yourself being drugged through the dirt, soaking wet by 2 feet, going downwards like the sky is lifting in front of you. You see branches moving across your vision as you stare up at the sky. But your vision is very, very blurred. And you're in and out of consciousness. You try to look down to see who's dragging you, but you pass out again. And it's just total blackness.
I do actually have something for that too. Actually, just as Kenny being staring down at her foot, she remembers, being dragged, carried at some points by a face that she cannot remember fully, hazy, in and out of consciousness through deep breathing. She remembers, the pressure of earth covering her, though she was unable to stop it, and eventually sleep. What felt like eternal sleep. And then sudden breath of air as she felt the cold of mud around her, digging into her skin, and she remembers reaching out, clawing her way to the surface once more.
What does Runai see on your face?
Runai would see, her eyes kind of narrow. She's hugging herself now, like a little too tightly, and she looks frustrated, fearful, and almost like she's about to cry.
So, Runa is going to lightly reach out and touch her shoulder and just, are you all right, my friend?
Honey Bean shakes her head, and he'll also notice that her mushrooms will kind of vibrate like antenna a little bit as she shakes her head. She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Lost in thought, I guess.
Are you certain? I mean, you are among friends, and if there is something heavy upon you, then sometimes it's good to share. But I understand if not. But you're not alone, and whatever is happening, you're safe. You're safe.
Yeah, you think I don't know that? I can protect my damn self.
Well, I don't
Thanks
mean
for
it.
the talk.
I don't mean it in that sense. I'm sorry if I have overstepped.
You're fine. It's not you. She'll kind of turn away from him and just put a hand on her head. This entire situation's just got me stressed, freaked out. I don't like where we're going.
I'm not a fan of it
much.
Not a fan of it myself, but it appears that this is what we have been thrust into for the time being.
I wanna help Randy and his sister. They deserve it, at least any bit of closure. I need to put my personal feelings aside in this.
I've had to do the same myself, honestly.
This is the next morning. You guys are having this conversation. Eventually, Jock will come back to see how it's going and escort you back out of the prison.
She kind of wipes away the wet in her eyes and then just sighs and continues.
And Jock says, hope you had a good night. I know it's not always so easy sleeping in here with all the noise and racket they can get up to, but last night wasn't such a bad one. You guys ready for me to show you the pathway to the steel pits?
As ready as we'll ever be.
We have the path they took. Let's go along it and see if we can cover anything else.
honestly, I would like to go with you all the way to the Whitehorn Forest if I could be left to do so, but we're already so understaffed as it is and need me to help feed everyone. So I'll just show you as far as I can before I return, okay? Lilyholm won't be meeting us this morning. He's a busy man.
Do not worry. We will send your brother your way whenever we find him. Yes?
Yes, of course. He's got like a half cocked grin, and he takes you back out of the prison. So we're gonna fast forward a bit. Where is... Yes. So he takes you out of the prison. You guys go outside a back door that you weren't aware was even there. And it looks like there's a place set up with a bunch of carts and whatnot. But you guys just walk for a ways. And he starts giving you verbal instructions on how to find where they walked from the steel pits once you get there. Gives you sort of a rundown of where all the buildings are located and which building to go to and proceed out from the back from. And you guys do that. That night, you make your way to the steel pits and locate the outer building in a slight state of disrepair that he was talking about. It's got a bunch of chains and buckets and stuff lined up in there. It looks like the place leaks, so many of those chains and buckets are totally overcrusted with corrosion and rust. But
is he still with us at
No.
the still pits?
no,
Okay,
he
I didn't
doesn't-
think so.
He doesn't come this far.
Did he give us information on where the mutilated mules were found here?
He just told you how to find the path to the woods that they had taken.
Okay.
So at that point, you'll have to find it yourselves on that path.
Mhm.
So he would have given you.
That's
If you wanted
it.
to say anything else to Jock, go ahead and do that because I'm gonna be fast forwarding.
Yeah. So just to clarify, the mules, they were found at the steel pits or in the forest?
Oh no, they were
Yeah,
on the edge of the forest.
Okay.
Whenever I
Okay.
found their path and
yeah,
went
that's
that
what
way.
Kidney Bean saw, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted clarity.
Yeah, specifically. So something led them up there, or they walked there themselves. I don't know. Is it possible that they all just decided to leave and then, I don't know, get some extra rations from the mules? I don't know. Probably not. Not with the condition they were in. Yeah, he's got an uneasy smile.
Well, any information helps, truly.
If they had just decided to leave and not come back, probably get some sort of ransom from Jargo or something. I don't know, I've thought about it. I've turned it over in my head 1,000 times. I don't know. But now that all these other people have gone to look for them and are now missing too, just doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. I don't have much, but I'm sure Lilyholm will reward you very well for the return of Jargo at least. Might get the others too. Anyway, with one last show of a little bit of emotion, he kind of nods his head, pats his mace. He says, well, you guys are good to go on your way.
We will see you again soon, hopefully.
Yes. May Lathander light your path. He turns around and walks back into the prison.
Once he walks away, Sal goes, okay, so his brother's dead. Let's just get that off the plate.
Damn it,
Well-
Sal. I'm trying not to think about that right now.
Well, I mean, let's face it. We know what we're dealing with here. Well, I mean, we do. Kitty Bean, you're in for a little bit of a surprise.
With that,
Nevian just kind of looks over at Runai. I probably. So, you know what? I think I'm preferring you right now over him.
Well, I, I, I don't know what to say.
You know, so
Uh-oh.
you don't always have to say the quiet part out loud, right?
You don't start a fight between the bromance.
Oh, Eos, that wasn't the quiet part.
We'll keep the other quiet part to yourself as well, then.
Yeah, what Eo said. Let's keep moving.
Wiser, after several days of radio silence, Eos, he starts to talk to you when you're arriving at these steel pits and finding this building. It's late at night and the sun's low. Looks like you're gonna have to sleep here before taking the rest of the journey to the Whitehorn Forest. Unless you guys just decide to push on through, but...
Well, I would like, if possible, if we go into the steel pits for a little bit, could I do my Brethren of the of Swarm and see if any of the rats that inhabit in there happen to see anything strange?
Yeah, yeah, I could allow that. There's definitely rats around here. There's supplies that are left behind and old food stores and stuff to be gotten into. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a possibility. They're not as scary as they would be in the forest, and also you can separate yourself from the rest of your group and just sort of walk
Yeah.
around and find one.
Yeah.
Which is important for gaining their trust. But let me finish with Wiser.
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to get a drink. Hold on. Okay. I took a bit of a sip. Let's see here.
I need to quit dropping things.
Wiser says in your ear, Eos, is now a good time to have a conversation?
It's a good time as any.
Would you like me to stay inside, or should I talk with everyone?
Depends. How sad is the news you're about to throw in us?
Well, I don't know how much of it you care about, to be honest. I don't want to overload an already overbeared mind. But I've been doing a lot of research about Gordo and exactly what his last known origins were. I have got a bit of a more comprehensive rundown of what he was known for and what he had done. Honestly, I don't know how important all of this is. It doesn't seem like much of it will aid us in our current mission. There is something strange that I heard. The very last thing was he was supposed to have been imprisoned in the quasi-elemental plane of ash by Ao. But supposedly he wrote 100 books. Isn't that insane?
This sounds like he had a hobby.
Oh, no, not from what I read.
And what did you read?
Well, would you like me to just tell you?
You know, why don't we have everybody in on this? I feel like more minds on the topic might be better than just mine.
Artaz, you okay over there? You're muttering to yourself again.
I think you know exactly why.
Those voices get to your head, don't they?
You know, Sal. Never mind. Yeah, Wizard, come on out.
We might need to leave her back at that crazy house soon.
You guys are.
No, we're not.
You guys are setting up your camp for the night around the time that this happens. As you know that you're needing to bed down and get some rest. It's been a long day of travel. And you know that the next stretch is going to be a little dangerous because it's going to be leading precariously close to the coast where, you know, there are sirens. And with that heavy on your mind, you guys are setting up a last comfortable place for you guys to bed down for the night. And now, as everyone is probably sitting around, and as many conversations happen around a fire and your food, Wiser emanates in a pearlescent stream of steam and forms. He looks at everyone. Hello? Sorry to have kept you all waiting. I've been poring over books from a very long time ago, and it's a very time-consuming process. But I believe I've put together a rather cohesive synopsis of what I've learned about Guardo.
Let's hear it.
First off, everyone doing okay? You don't look so well. Looks over at Sal.
I am the same as always. Nothing a quick drink can't fix.
Drinking, yes. If only you were to get drunk as well.
I can take care of that.
With a rather calm smile like he normally has on his face. He looks like he's back to his old humors. He begins to talk. Says, well, keep this in mind. This is from a lot of different sources, and I've put together this myself, so it's not pretty and it's not very poetic. But this should get down right to the facts of what I've learned. Okay, so stop me if you get lost at any point. I'll try to explain what I'm talking about. Is everyone okay with that?
Sounds fine.
Yep, I guess.
So, overall, like I had said before, Guardo was an archangel of the First Order, directly loyal to Ao, and only Ao. Ao sent out Guardo to the material plane late into the Avarum War, or the war better known as the War of Machine and Mana. At some point, the war and arcane technologies escalated to the point of unbalancing the very weave of magic and distribution of spirit. The Avarum were destroying and stealing souls to try to surpass the power of the Etros Warforged. The Etros dwarves created thousands of automatons and machines using the Black Umbrium, and the Avarum responded by making more powerful constructs with bright crystals and stolen god souls. Once it got to this point, the gods were arguing and fighting among each other to try to sway the tides in their favor. You all have a kind of glazed look about your eyes. Are you following any of this?
The best I can.
It involves gods. What good could come of it, right?
Bright
Everything
crystals
just
piqued
got
my
very
interest.
difficult.
What'd you say, Runa?
The bright crystals caught my attention, of course.
You're aware of what god souls are?
I have a familiarity with bright crystals, or as it's also called warp stone in some circles. I have a familiarity with them.
So, well, it was a little bit different. God souls were Ao's punishment to the gods. After the cataclysm, when he blamed them for the horrors of chaos, and made them fight for mortal worship to regain their powers. It said that god souls are born in 1 in 10,000, and it is pieces of the god's power to be returned to them upon their worshippers' deaths. It's kind of complicated, but there's more on that later, I suppose. I don't suppose any of you have god souls, do you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Indeed. He, laughs to himself.
I have a warp stone in my eye, but not a godstone.
Says the gods were upset that the ambitious and treasonous Avarum found a way to use god souls for themselves without permission from those born with it. While the Etros and the Avarum escalated production, other factions were coming close to extinction. Humans, halflings, and bestial races were smaller factions that mostly still lived under the Avarum rule. It was now that Gordo was sent to do some things that the gods weren't to know of, or would have refused to do. His first mission was to bring about the end of the war. Primarily, Ao's plan to do this was to disable the Etros means of production, and allow the stronger, though more rare Avarum Warforged to take back the reins of power. Ao had no problem with the elves stealing the spiritual power of the gods. As he saw it, it only served to deliver a more powerful lesson to those gods that so foolishly let their power nearly destroy the world and themselves. Gordo was stealthy and disguised himself as a powerful Etros dwarven engineer. He gained access to their innermost sanctum and was side by side with the genius Gnomish and Dwarvish engineers. His mission was to stop them. The only way to do that was to kill them, destroy their plans and their forages. But Gordo was the first among the angels, designed to be the absolute epitome of humanoid perfection. Amongst all that perfection was a perfect sense of human compassion and moral compass. He refused to carry out Ao's heartless mission, and decided to instead have a conversation with the gods. His first talk was with the first good goddess, Saloon. She organized a meeting between the good gods of Aventus. These included Mistra, Saloon, Shanti, Lathander, Moradin, Coralon, Ogma, Tyr, Torm, and Ilmater. During that meeting, they discussed the state of the world. The Avarum overstepping their bounds, the innocent being slaughtered and the brave being downtrodden, cut down by the absolute maker of everything, Ao. Anyone following me?
Eos kinda is, but she's kind of dumbfounded at the same time. Like, this sounds so crazy.
Yep.
I can say safely.
Kidney Bean's already.
Right.
Oh, I was gonna say Kidney Bean's already passed out.
Kidney Bean's gone to sleep. She turned over, went to sleep.
I can say safely. The more the word gods come up, the more Sal is losing interest, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Runeye's just trying to keep up scrawling random notes, but they're they're not very cohesive because there's so much information all at once.
But me personally, I'm keeping track, yes.
Okay. That's what's important, I suppose. Also, I'll give you guys a transcript of this after the fact, so you guys can read it if you'd like.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Honestly,
Yes.
I'm only like a third of the way done. He's like looking over. He sees that that Kidney Bean's gone to sleep. He smiles. It's like, yeah, it is a lot. This is actually just a summary. The absolute bare bones I could possibly put in, and I'm not even halfway done yet.
Oh,
we
that's
could-
legitimately crazy.
We could put the rest
So-
of this for later if you like. I know that it's a lot to take in at once.
It is quite a bit. So my question, I suppose, to you is, you believe that this correlates with what we are working on right now?
Well, it's a very comprehensive history, not just of Gordo, but of the circumstances that were around him when he came of, I guess you could say, fame. But I haven't quite got to that part yet. Of course, where did I leave off? Yes, his forming of the meeting of the good gods. So he formed that meeting, and, all of them had more in common with mankind than with Ao. They're more like us than like he is. So whenever he formed them to talk, they definitely weren't just following Ao's will. Anyway, we could continue this at some other point, unless some of you would like to continue.
I think it best to slow down before everyone's brain melts.
Yeah, I could definitely see the light going out of your eyes when I started listing the names of the good gods.
I'm sorry, but the gods themselves are a lot to take in, and mostly a lot to be ignored.
Did you know, Sal, that some of the gods, not a whole lot of them, mind you, but some of them used to be mortals?
And now they aren't. So the problem is they no longer know our struggles.
Maybe there's something to debate there. I feel like there's going to be a lot on our plate when we start heading up into that forest. Hopefully we'll find some more time to go over this before we meet the man himself, if he's still lingering around there. Otherwise we might be a little bit at a loss.
Well, we definitely appreciate and see your efforts for looking into all of this.
I'm glad we at least have somebody who knows what they're looking into. So, thank you, even if it does seem like we are showing very little interest in all this. I do thank you for at least having the information for if we need it for later.
Honestly, I'm surprised you all made it this far. I thought you would have swarmed me and told me to shut up by now. I appreciate the attention. He starts to dissipate back into Eos.
Well, it just continues to get more exciting, doesn't it, guys?
We
That's
need a
one
bigger
word
plate.
for it.
Okay, well, are we taking a rest here? Or, I forget. We've,
Well, Kidney
the mines,
seems
right?
to be... Yeah, we're at the pits.
okay.
Yeah, so, well, it seems Kidney is quite comfortable. I would hate to rouse her. My mind is a bit restless itself, though, so I think I might, take a small walk through the pits myself and clear my head, I suppose you could say. And
You
that's
walk off
when
and
he's
find
gonna
a
go,
rat. Okay.
yeah.
You find a brown mouse of a pretty good size. Maybe it's not quite a rat, but you find him nonetheless. He runs up to you and runs onto
give
your
him a-
palm.
Yeah, I give him a little bit of fish jerky.
Mhm. He says, "Large one, what can I help you with? Thank you so much for the food."
Oh, you're very welcome, my dear friend. I was curious. I know that these holes have been empty for a little while, and there has been some strange happenings here, and I was curious of what you might have seen or experienced, with your sights.
Travelers came through here not too long ago.
Yes, we've heard of some misfortune with them. Have you seen anything when they disappeared?
They were very
Did something
kind.
bad happen? Oh, well, that's good. Did something bad happen to them that you may have witnessed?
Well, no. They went towards the great warmth in the north.
The Great Warmth?
Yes, for a while now there's been some sort of warmth. It feels like kindness. Do you not feel it yourself?
Well, did it seem like they were drawn to it? Maybe it called to them?
I don't know myself. They did go towards that direction, though. I felt like
Yes.
going that way myself a few times.
Really? Does Runai feel anything about like what he's talking about? Does he feel like there's a pull or a draw?
Roll a perception check.
Now he's gonna try to tune in to what he's talking about. That's a 7.
Okay, you don't feel anything different necessarily, but you don't
Hmm.
distrust the mouse.
Yeah.
He says, if you're here long enough, you'll feel it. It'll call to you too.
I see. Do you happen to know how soon that happens for those who come in this place? Is it within a night? Is it after some days, or?
I don't know. The warmth's been here my whole life.
Oh, I see. Well, you have been incredibly helpful, my friend. Here's a little more of that fish jerky for speaking with me. If there's anything else that comes to mind, please share. Or if you have any family here that may also know some answers, I'm not that far if they wish to speak.
I'm going to tell you that since you're Skaven and you're holding this mouse, you feel like you could age it. This mouse is probably only about 3 to 4 months old.
Okay.
So if the warmth was here its whole life, doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that's always been here.
Yeah.
Just to
Okay.
clearly differentiate that.
Okay. I mean, he's obviously not gonna put that on that mouse's little brain.
Do you have any more food?
I have quite a bit more of this jerky, and let me see here. I've got a large watermelon.
Are you going towards the warmth soon?
I would like to make my way that direction if that's what called to the people that were here.
May I
I
go
believe
with
so. You would wish to come with? If you keep with me, then I don't mind. I'll feed you and
you? I feel like
carry you on this journey.
You're big enough to keep me safe.
Absolutely, we are brethren. We come from sort of the same origins.
Could my
So, yes,
sisters come
absolutely.
too?
How many sisters do you have?
I can't count. A few.
Well, if you don't mind, lead me to them. I have plenty of this jerky to share, and we can discuss further.
Brunei's just gonna walk out of here on a wave of rats.
I love it.
Let's fast forward through this a little bit. You show up back to camp with 5 different mice
Okay.
swirling about you.
And I've kind of like, and speaking with all of them when I had seen them, like just kind of told them like, okay, if we're gonna do this, I need you guys to pretty much stick with me, like please try not to wander, but help, guide us towards the warmth, and just kind of gave like a rundown, like, all right, if we're gonna do this, you guys stick with me. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you fed, and we'll go on a journey.
She's going to lead us to the great kindness in the north. There's like little
Yeah.
squeaky cheers.
Yes, and I'm like happily giving each of them some fish jerky.
Yeah, they're very hungry and take as much as you give them.
Absolutely, he does not mind sharing one bit. He feels happy to see them anyway. He's got a deep connection with rodent kind.
Certainly.
Yeah, so maybe like even in like his backpack or a satchel, he kind of creates like a little comfy bedding thing for them, and will occasionally, like if they're in there, just occasionally drop in little bites.
One of them curiously like crawls away from you for a moment, crawls over to Kidney Bean's bedding, starts sniffing at the mushrooms on her head, gives a little nibble.
Oh yes, let us not partake in devouring the companions. They are friends as well. They are
Kidney Bean
friends.
immediately.
You start with a pain.
Yeah, no, she immediately jumps up and just instantly casts Mage Hand and just lifts the mouse in the sky, glaring at it.
Oh, I apologize, Kidney Bean. That is my new little friend. She is a young little one. She meant no harm, just curiosity. I will take her, and he immediately goes and like tries to take it out of the mage hand. I apologize profusely.
I have to admit, I really thought Bright Eyes was going to be the first one to bring home like 5 puppy dogs.
The mage hand is too high for you to reach it with your hands, Runai. What do you want to do, Kitty Bean?
Please do not harm it. They could be beneficial.
Kidney Bean just kind of glares at it and licks her lips and just opens her jaw, revealing like her goblin fangs, and just slowly starts lowering the rat towards her mouth.
Oh my god, Runa jumps over and covers her mouth. Absolutely not on my watch. You shall not do that. I apologize on its behalf, but they are going to help us. They have information and resource that will help us on this journey, and I will share it with you promptly. I promise. Please do not harm my friend.
Sal will come over and put his hand under the mouse and kind of lift it. Look, Kidney Bean, I am a tabaxi, but even I will not eat something this filthy.
Not filthy. They are my friends.
Maybe just kind of looks in between Sal and Runai and debates on whether or not she should just still bite down on Runai just because she can, and then she just kind of pulls back and just like, fine, whatever. lowers the mouse, just fully drops the mouse in Sal's hands.
You kind of inspect the mushroom with the little tidbit missing out of it. That'll heal up over time, but it might take a minute.
Yes. Kind of rubs it, and her mushroom like vibrates like antenna again. Yeah, that hurt.
Like I said, I'm sorry. They're young. They're young. But I guess then after that debacle and everyone knows he's got the mice now, he tells them about, the warmth that they were telling him about.
With that, you guys are going to bed down for the night with thoughts of all sorts of strange things colliding, and maybe some of those gods' names echoing in the very back of your mind. And that's where we're going to leave off for this time.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for playing. I know it's a little bit off kilter. I was playing on Sunday instead of Saturday, but I appreciate it. Love you guys. We will
Yeah, love
pick
you
this
too.
up
Appreciate you.
next weekend, I hope.
Yes.
All right, I'm stopping the recording.